Hey everyone, welcome to the new year where resolutions and the best of intentions come to die. Today we are talking about goal setting, but not in the traditional boring mechanical sense. I really want to talk today about how to create better, more powerful goals that are actually going to help you create meaningful change in your career. In my line of work, I see a lot of good on paper goals that actually don't help people actually get where they say they want to go. So today we are going to talk about why most goals fail, how to take a good goal to a great goal, and if you stick around to the end, I will share with you probably the most important step in the goal setting process that most people skip right over. So let's get into it. I'm Caroline from Caroline Adams Coaching. I can't believe I haven't talked about goal setting before. Planning is such a big part of who I am and what I do, but here we are. So whatever questions you have, whatever follow-up topics you want me to address, just leave that in the comments below and I will take care of it. All right, so let's dive into why most goals fail. So I see two main reasons for this. Number one, your goal isn't connected in a clear enough way to that big vision. There's that kind of so what factor. You look at the goal on paper and you're like, well, what am I actually doing this for? It doesn't feel good to execute, and so it's much harder for you to actually take action on it because you're not sure where you're going and it doesn't even seem kind of that exciting to do. The second thing I see a lot of times is something might technically be actionable, but if it's not integratable in your day-to-day in a way that you can actually take recurring action, it just kind of stays separate as this extracurricular, I'm going to work on my career activity that gets deprioritized and drowned out by all of the real day-to-day stuff that is, taking your time and attention. So let's talk about how to make good goals great. A great goal is going to be connected to that big, bold vision. There's going to be a clear, all right, I see where this goal is taking me and I like where it's going. And it's also going to be clearly actionable in a way that actually is going to feel good to execute. You're actually excited to take action on it. And so how do we do this? So let me take you through a series of questions. I would invite you to get out your goals if you've already created them, or if you haven't, great. We can do this as you're creating your goal. And as you look at each goal, I want you to ask yourself these questions. What do I expect to be different once I achieve this goal? How do I expect to feel once I complete this goal? And how do I expect to feel even as I'm completing this goal? What is going to change? What's the objective that's actually sitting behind this goal? Tweak the questions as you want, but hopefully as you ask yourself these questions, you can just drop off a lot of the busy work and should do goals that kind of make their way into our planning because we feel like we have to do them. But when we step back and really look at them, they're not actually significantly moving us forward that much. And so let me take you through an example of an okay goal. So an okay goal might be something like, I'm going to reach out to 5 new people on LinkedIn each week. It's fine. It passes the SMART test, but how is it connected to the vision? What are you actually hoping to achieve if you do this for 5 weeks in a row or every week this year? Where's that actually taking you? And depending on how your day is currently set up, it might be also kind of hard to take that action in a way that's actually sustainable. I invite you to play around with what's the real goal that's sitting behind that. And it's probably something like, I want to create a community of people outside of my current organization, but in my industry where I can really have thought partnership conversations about the topics that I enjoy. Or I want to create a team around me where I can just pick up the phone and get the support I need when I need it. Or whatever the goal is, but hopefully you feel that significant energetic shift between, I'm going to do 5 LinkedIn connections and these other goals that I've talked about. And the beautiful thing is when you understand what's really behind the goal, what your true goal is, reaching out to 5 people each week on LinkedIn might still be an action that you take, but it's going to come from a place of your understanding where it's taking you so that you can bring a lot more power and meaning and purpose to those actions. And likely you're going to find a lot of other actions that you can take that might be easier to execute, more energizing, etc. So we've talked about why most goals fail. We've talked about taking good goals to great. I promised you I would talk about what most people miss when they do their goal setting, and that is visioning. Visioning is probably the most important step of goal setting, which most people skip right over. Now, I've talked more about this in the Ask Me Anything session I did a couple weeks ago. I'll include the link below if you want to check that out. But the Cliff's Note version of why visioning is so important is that if we don't do it, it is so easy to set goals that keep us playing small and are quite incremental, because we're setting those goals from a place of, just what we can see now, and even maybe where we've been in the past, as opposed to really zooming out and thinking about what is it that I truly want? What am I really going for here? And so I really invite you, I know we've been so trained to think about SMART goals and measurable and achievable and all that kind of stuff. And that's certainly good to bring in. But I invite you to really expand how you think about goals in terms of 3 components: your big, beautiful vision, the goals that you're setting that connect the dots between where you are now and help you actually get to that vision, and then the individual actions and those baby steps that you can take that actually support the progress that you're making on those goals. And all 3 of those things fit together. It's a virtuous circle. They're iterative. But when you think about things that way, that's how you end up with a vision that's not like, oh, this sounds good in theory, but how the heck am I going to do it? It's just make-believe. Or taking a bunch of actions where you just feel like you're spinning your wheels and just working really hard, but not getting anywhere. So think about those 3 components together. This is what I have to say for my first goal setting video of the year. I invite your questions below. Of course, if you liked this content, throw me a like and let me know in the comments. And of course, if you would like to see more videos, go ahead and subscribe. Talk to you soon. Bye.